Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Good evening and welcome to the Plymouth Municipal Band concert here in the park. Delighted to have you here. Great audience. Bring your friends, more friends. You notice the band has gotten bigger, and it has by 10 more musicians. So it's great. And of course, we have our director, Miss Andrea Panier. Yeah. She is the 14th conductor of the Plymouth Municipal Band and the first female conductor in 150 years the band has been in existence. She's starting her 19th year at St. Mary Springs Academy in high school in Fond du Lac, where she teaches high school band, choir, vocal jazz, and jazz band. And she is a graduate of Plymouth High School, a graduate of the University of Wisconsin Oshkosh, and she's played in the city band for over 25 years. She's a very busy lady, and this last year, she has been taking classes making lasagna. She is incredible. She spins it up in the air, cuts it. You really put it on a video, it'd be great. It would be. So we're delighted to be here and have you here. We're going to open tonight with the National Capitol March. The National Capitol Sesquicentennial was a year-long celebration held in 1950 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Washington, D.C. as its United States capital. It was established by Congress and championed by President Harry S. Truman. The nationwide event honored the establishment of our federal capital. It was a nationwide competition to select an official march for the 1950 anniversary celebration, and Zambrero's composition won first prize. So here is the National Capitol March. Our American history is filled with fascinating events. And this next song honors, I guess, that particular event. It was inspired by the railway between Atlanta and Chattanooga in the early years of the Civil War. In April 12th, 1862, the Union Raiders, led by James Andrews, infiltrated the Confederate Army lines and stole a locomotive called the General in Kennesaw, Georgia. Their plan was to go from Kennesaw to Chattanooga, and as they were going to destroy the bridges and railroad tracks, and thus becoming very successful. But the Confederate officer, led by William Fuller, he relentlessly pursued them, sometimes on foot, sometimes by handcar, and eventually by another locomotive. And they were captured, the Union forces were captured when they ran out of fuel, when their locomotive ran out of fuel, and they were taken as prisoners. The composer, Robert Smith, stages the train chase, complete with fascinating texture and effects. Listeners, you can become engulfed in the vivid sounds. You can almost feel the smoke. All aboard for the great locomotive chase. This next song is sort of a tribute to what's going to happen next week. It's going to get hot. Hot, hot, hot. That's the name of this number. It was originally written in 1982, and it was an infectious Caribbean rhythm song. The former frontman from the punk rock band, the New York Dolls, David Johansen, completely reinvented himself in the 1980s as a lounge singer named Buster Poindexter, and recorded a famous version of this particular song. This song was also the theme song of the 1986 World Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Hot, Hot, Hot. Two of America's most beloved hymns are combined into this next arrangement. Both of these hymns capture the spirit of the country and appeal to the patriotic fervor in the hearts of American citizens. God of Our Fathers is a 19th century hymn written in 1876 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the United States. The Battle Hymn of the Republic is an American patriotic song written during the American Civil War. This arrangement is a tribute to those who have served in our country's service in times of conflict. Ladies and gentlemen, here is A Nation's Prayer.
The Muppet Show was written by Jim Henson in 1976. A lot of 76s in this concert, which is wonderful, celebrating the anniversary of this nation. It's the opening and closing numbers for every episode of the Muppet Show from 1976 to 1981. At the end of the show, Gonzo the Great appeared on stage with the final note with various comedic results. In the first series, he struck the O in the Muppet Show with the gong, like he used it as a gong. And then each series after that, he used it to pop out of the O and play some crazy musical note. And then it was followed by Waldorf and Stadler giving the last laugh with their joke. On February 4th, 2026, the Muppet Show made its return. It featured many famous musicians and actors, and throughout the years, the song has become famous for the Muppet Show. Here is the Muppet Show theme. Well, get ready for a musical trip through some of the most recognizable themes ever written.
In this song, each section of the band gets to solo with its own popular melody. Our trumpets begin with the iconic theme from James Bond, from Dr. No. Next, the horns take us to the American frontier with the theme from The Magnificent Seven, which was associated with the Western film. The clarinets transport us to the prehistoric bedrock with the theme from the Flintstones. The Flintstones was the first animated sitcom to be popular. The alto saxophones sneak in the stage with a smooth and jazzy theme from the Pink Panther, composed by Henry Mancini. The trombones followed with the driving theme from Peter Gunn, also written by Henry Mancini. Our tubas bring home some fun with Hey Baby, a song that became a stadium and sporting event favorite. And the double reeds solve another mystery with the theme from Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Next, the drums unleash the excitement of Wipeout, released in 1963 by the Surfaris. I'll get it right, maybe. Finally, the flutes conclude with the Stars and Stripes Forever, America's national march. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Pulp Culture. this time, the band is going to take a short break. Just to put in your calendars, next Thursday night will be the Chicken Butt Band, and I think you'll enjoy them. And then the following Thursday, July 9th, the Plymouth Municipal Band will be back. So we've got some great music coming up for you in the second half. So don't go away. Take care. The second half, the band just had a delicious lasagna meal out in the back. It's great. Now, the rumor is you take that pasta and you can throw it in the air and you can cut it into strips so that it falls in the pan perfect. Is that true? Oh, you're being modest. We know. We're going to start the second half off with this march was composed in 1917 during the dark days of World War I. The Latin title, E Pluribus Unum, is the motto of the United States. It refers to one government created by many states. It was suggested by the Continental Congress Committee in 1776, composed of Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, and John Quincy Adams. The phrase, E Pluribus Unum, has 13 letters, makes the use of the original 13 colonies which rebelled against the Great Britain, and represents the 13 stars and stripes on the American flag. While its status as the national motto was for many years unofficial, E Pluribus Unum was still considered de facto motto of the United States from the early history. Eventually, the United States Congress passed the act in 1956, making In God We Trust the official motto. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is E Pluribus Unum. Almost all of us have a hero. Sometimes it's a person down the street or someone in the family, but superheroes are truly unique. Everyone has one, and this next number is loaded with them. Superman soars at the scene with the iconic Man of Steel, symbol of hope, courage, and justice. Then comes Batman, the mysterious Dark Knight that protects Gotham City through intelligence, determination, and unmatched skill. And from the world of international spies, James Bond brings sophistication, danger, and thrilling adventures to the world's most famous secret agent. And finally, Austin Powers takes the spy genre to a completely different level, combining outrageous humor, unforgettable style, and plenty of laughs. The songs that you will hear are the theme from Superman, the James Bond theme, the Batman theme, and Soul Bossa Nova, the theme from Austin Powers. So here it is, Superheroes Are Us. This next piece, titled Champion, was commissioned in 2025 for the Sycamore Springs Middle School Band. It was commissioned in honor of Andrew Sarwin. His father was a private music teacher at Sycamore Springs Middle School, and when Andrew passed away in 2021, the band wanted to honor Andrew with something that Andrew really loved, music. You see, Andrew was a Special Olympics champion, and the school asked the composer, Justin Williams, to help make that feeling of a champion come alive in this particular work. Since the premiere of the piece, Commission has been adopted as the official Special Olympics theme song played throughout the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Champion. This heroic sounding march, with its quotes from The Last Post and Lights Out, was composed early in 1941 after one of the first Allied victories in World War II. Following the invasion of Poland in 1939, and throughout most of 1940, Germany conquered one country after another. In Italy, Benito Mussolini was torn with jealousy about Hitler because he was afraid that Hitler would take total glory as well as total power. Having already defeated the natives of Ethiopia in 1935, Mussolini believed his 80,000 troops in North Africa could readily defeat the 30,000 British troops from the Army of the Nile, the Eighth Army, and thus further increased the number of Italian possessions on that continent. However, he failed to take into consideration the courage and stamina of the outnumbered Englishmen, as well as the cunning Lieutenant General Richard Nugent O'Connor. In December of 1940, two of O'Connor's western divisions completely routed Marshal Rudolfo's Italian troops. The victory was so complete that one of the British battalion officers estimated the Italian prisoners as 5 acres of officers and 200 acres of other ranks. Army of the Nile was written as a tribute to General Archibald Waver's inspiring victories in the Western Desert Campaign of 1941. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Army of the Nile. again, the Plymouth Municipal Band will not be here next Thursday, which is July 2nd, I believe. And the Chicken Butt Band will be here, and I believe they were here last year, and a great crowd favorite. And then on the 9th, the Plymouth Municipal Band will return, and so we're delighted about that. Tonight we have a special feature. We have two young ladies, Brianna Otterman and Otterman, right? You know, okay. Otterman, and Anna Pinter. And see, Brianna, where are you? Would you stand up, please? Thank you. Brianna is a senior at Plymouth High School, where she participates in softball orchestra and German band. And next to there, somewhere, is Anna Pinter. Anna, thank you. She is from Hungary. She flew over just for the concert. She was a foreign exchange student and has returned for a week in Plymouth. She is the principal flute player of the European Union Orchestra and the principal piccolo player for the Budapest Festival Orchestra as well. So they're here to join us in playing none other than John Philip Sousa's Stars and Stripes Forever.